y'all, Sherry G. Welcome back to the channel. So look, Owen dropped that mid-trailer sneak peek and I told you I was looking at it and I looked at it 2 or 3 times. Well, I went back and looked at it again. Like I said, I wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything. And to me, it just seems like it's a whole lot of fakery. Did y'all see the particular scene where Marceau and Tisha are sitting in their room? Well, he's laying across the bed. She's standing there. She's telling him that she hasn't been feeling well. And it reminded her of when she was pregnant. So she actually went and had a pregnancy test. Blase, blase. Y'all, why are these Scots trying to play in our face? I mean, really, is that all they could come up with? So I do want to talk about that particular scene, but let me go ahead, drop my disclaimer first, because we don't want to get any channel strikes over here. In the meantime, go ahead and hit that like button if you haven't, and subscribe to the channel. I'll be right back. Okay, y'all, so I'm back. Like I said, I find it hilarious that the Scots 1.0 are trying to spin this whole narrative that perhaps Tisha was cheating. We all know that Letitia Scott desperately wants folk to believe in her marriage. She is one who stands on the quantitative value versus the quality aspects of her marriage. And she's also been very adamant that she's never experienced any infidelity in all the years that she and Marceau have been together, all the years that they've been married. She, in addition to that, stated that she was coming for anyone who came against her marriage. So this whole little scene right here is just, to me, in my opinion, a bunch of hogwash. And they're just trying to play in our faces. And as far as I'm concerned, they need to stop because they're just making a laughing stock out of themselves and their marriage. In the mid-season trailer, she and Marceau try to spin the narrative, like I said, seemingly insinuating that Tisha may have been cheating on Marceau. We know that Marceau actually had a vasectomy, and the question has come up, is it possible for a couple to get married if the man had a vasectomy? And of course, we the people, we're going to look it up because we're curious, right? So I looked it up and I read several reports about it. And most of those reports indicate that following a vasectomy, a couple has less than 1% chance of getting pregnant. So, I mean, they could be in the 1%. They could be that one unlucky couple, but I seriously doubt it, folks. I seriously doubt it. Also, we know that you could get a reversal. You could have the procedure reversed, and then you could get pregnant, but that would be intentional. And we know that Marceau is not going to, or at least in my opinion, allegedly, he's not going to do that because he doesn't want any more children. Because allegedly, he barely spends time with the ones he already has. Why would he want to bring a brand new baby into this situation? Marceau's out there, allegedly, and he's having fun, right? So this is just something that just isn't going to fit, especially at this particular point in time when the children are as old as they are. I just don't see it. I don't believe it. And that's where it is as far as I'm concerned. And another thing is, I don't see Tisha cheating. I don't see Tisha cheating. I'm not saying that it isn't possible and maybe she did. I just don't see it. And if she did cheat, Marceau wouldn't have, or he would have been a little more turned up in that particular scene than what we actually saw. Based on the Marceau that I know, based on the Marceau, and not like I know him personally, but based on what we've seen on the show, based on what we've seen out in these YouTube streets, I seriously doubt that he would be as kind of relaxed as he was. And if you saw the trailer and you were looking, you couldn't help but to see the two of them smirking and grinning as they were playing out this scene. So it's just like they set this whole thing up. And in my opinion, I believe it was to take some of the heat off of what is really happening in their marriage and give us something else to kind of focus on, to kind of talk about. But also, in my opinion, it was an epic fail. They're terrible actors and a terrible actor and a terrible actress, and they just need to give it up. And again, it just doesn't make sense. For them to be so secretive about the skeletons in their closet, it's just too out of character for them to air this out themselves on TV. So all of the other prior allegations that have come out regarding Marceau have been other people bringing it out. So I just can't see them when it comes to their marriage and the way they've been protecting their marriage, in particular, Tisha. Marceau being very evasive and not answering questions asked of him when it comes to his marriage, especially when Letitia was questioning him. And, she tried to do the same thing to him, in this particular scene. Cute, but it just didn't work. Anyway, based on all of that, I don't see them bringing this to the forefront. This couple doesn't have a storyline. Let's face it, they're boring. The scene to me is laughable. And again, like I said, I believe it was a poor attempt at getting the attention away from what is really happening and the things that have really transpired as it pertains to Marceau. Because we know that word out on these YouTube streets has it that Marceau was allegedly involved in a lot of shenanigans down at Black. And there was talk of a threesome. As a matter of fact, it seems that Kiki is fed up with them. It seems like she's sick and tired of them coming for her, pulling apart her character and chopping away at her reputation, and that she's finally decided to stop protecting them out of the love for her cousin, Letitia, and to just go ahead and spill everything or a lot of what she knows or more of what she knows about Marceau than she did in the past. Because in this particular trailer, she sits down with Melody and she opens up about the threesome. We'll see how that plays out. Because we know we heard it out on these YouTube streets first. But, yeah. As for myself, I'm not surprised about the threesome. I am glad, though, that Kiki is finally standing in defense of herself and spilling the beans. Again, this narrative with the Scotts 1.0, it's the same thing. It's built on cheating allegations, them being in everyone else's business and everyone else's marriage. They're not open, they lie, and they continually try to play in our faces. This is comedy at best. The Scotts are boring. Please swap them out. Please swap them out. So y'all, I'm just taking this show at face value at this point. I mean, it is what it is, and it's not what it was supposed to be. The Scotts are fake, with the exception of Kimmy and her health journey. And I'm talking about both Scotts, 1.0 and 2.0. So yeah, they're all fake, with the exception of Kimmy and her health journey. Struggles with parenting Maurice Jr. and her underlying ill feelings towards Kiowa. Yeah, that's all real. Stormy and Courtney, they've given us a lot of fakery and a little bit of their truth. Martell has shown us who he really is, even when he's, lying and doing all of that stuff. That's who, allegedly, and in my opinion, Martell is when he's turned up and when his back is against the wall. When he's, out here trying to run game. I hear that he is a very nice person when you meet him. Outside of the television show, I believe that initially that is who Martell is. He is sweet. He is very charming. He is all of those things because that's how manipulation works, right? That's how those people who are alleged narcissists, and I hate to keep, bringing that word up because it's just like the word of the season or something. Everybody's using it. But anyway, that type of personality, yeah, they use those type of tactics. They're very manipulative, they're very charming, and all of those things when you initially meet them. Mel has, of course, shared her truths, and so has Kiki. She shared her real story. The Whitlows, they tried shielding their real lives, I think, in the beginning until Big Lou started sharing more of his feelings around, his frustrations with the sex or lack thereof in their marriage and the amount of time that Tiffany's spending away from home. And it looks like we're going to see them dealing with more of the same type of thing in this particular season, according to this trailer. The Fletchers, they shared a tad bit. Now, it is understood that they're friends of the show, but so was Destiny, and she was hung out to pasture for not opening up. So hopefully the Fletchers will share a little more. So anyway, y'all, that's all I have in this particular video. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. I'll be back. Until then, ciao.